Hello, my friends. This is Lolly. Today I have this GochiFix Hat Press that was sent to me by our friends at GochiFix. First, I want to start with unboxing this machine. It looks pretty interesting by the picture, but I can't wait to see what is really inside. As we open this up, I am found with some heat gloves, which is very helpful for the safety when you're using any kind of heat equipment. Here we got our manual. So straight out of the box, the machine is just pretty much, it seems like it's just two pieces to it. I'm gonna just go ahead and open up this bag and see exactly what we got. All right. Okay. It's a cute color. And here is our press. I'm going to go ahead and position it like this so it can face me. I want to just lift it up here just so you can take a look at the front of the machine. So we have our label here. This is nice and plastic. It looks like this is going to be a digital display with our plus and minus. I guess once I plug it in, I'll see exactly where things go. Here on the side, we have our power button. I'm believing this is the area that we will be putting our hats onto. And I shouldn't say that I haven't done a hat before. I have done a hat, but I use a small press, and let's just say it wasn't the most comfortable thing, and I did not do it after that. So I am hoping that this will bring me to doing some more projects like that. All right, so let's take a look at our manual here. And it seems like there's a fuse there, so we're going to be careful to leave that in there. There's actually two of them in case we ever need to change that. This is just some warnings about the voltage, keeping everything away from children, all that good stuff. Here is telling us all the parts that come to the machine. We have our hat clamp, which is this piece right here that is controlled by this lever right here. So I wanted to do this unboxing on camera so you can experience this with me. All right, we have the pads, and as I said earlier, it's a digital display. It's going to be displaying our temperature, the time frame, how to increase or decrease our settings, and different modes. Okay, apparently there is also a memory, so that's good. All right. Okay, so it seems like we can switch it between Celsius and Fahrenheit. So for those that do not use Fahrenheit, there's those options as well. Here it also tells us like the different temperatures that are, recommended for depending on what kind of material you'll be using. All right, I'm going to come back and give you guys some specs on this machine, and then I'm going to show you how to use it. All right, so let's go over some specs. So what we are going to be expecting out of this machine. So it tells us that it is hands-free, and it automatically adjusts the pressure, and it lifts the heat plate once the machine is done doing its work. So there is no clock to be watched. Instead, you will be receiving an alert, like a buzzer, coming out of it. It has some precise controls and some temperature settings. It can be set from 46 to 400 Fahrenheit, and the time can go from 0 to 999 seconds. It comes with two interchangeable pieces. So there's one already here in this part of the machine, and we have this one here. With this machine, you can save up to 4 presets. And it comes with two interchangeable panels, okay? And this is good for some smooth, wrinkle-free results. It has an adjustable hat stretcher and a silicone base to reduce creases and scorching, for clean and for professional level transfers. There's also a built-in safety, and it's an emergency stop button, a non-stick or non-slip, I should say, base at the bottom of the machine here. And there's also overheat protection with extra fuses that I showed you here earlier. Somewhere in the packaging, we have the 2 extra fuses. And also we have our safety heat-resistant gloves that come with the packaging. Okay, and this, it seems I have seen online quite a few. I have researched these before, and I had seen them, you know, and I thought some of them were too small, like the one I used before. It was just a press, and it was like a pillow, and you just like sit there and keep ironing this on until your iron-on is completely onto your hat. So I am very pleased with this being more hands-free. And then the fact that you're able to just place your hat on there, set it to your temperature and your time, and then it will just let you know when it's done. It's kind of like a toaster oven. It cannot get any better than that. So I am looking forward to using this. And another feature that this has is that it is perfect for creating small crafts. So this is perfect for your beginner level crafter. If you just want to do some keepsake gifts, like some personalized hats. Let's say if you have a family reunion and you want to like create hats for each branch of your family tree, this will help you do that, and it will help you get those hats done a lot quicker than using a manual press. Right, so next I will be showing you how to use the machine and some options that I use to try it out. Sure. Oop, and here we go, a beep, so it is working. Oop, here it is lifting up. I left it in the on position, so just make sure that you put it in the off position before you plug it in. And then here, right off the bat, it's already showing me the temperature. So it is telling me here that it is 113 degrees Fahrenheit, and it is increasing, going up as I go. So the machine is heating up. In the time frame here, I have 35 seconds. And here, I guess once I get to the time frame that I want, I will press the enter button. I did order a few hats from Temu so I can try with this machine. And I will be trying different materials. I'm going to try with some iron-on vinyl, some heat iron-on vinyl. And I'm also going to use a couple decals that I got from Dollar Tree. So to start, our machine is set at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. You hit the set button here, and this is going to start your different sections. So here we have the first time it takes us to the Fahrenheit section. You can press the down or up, I guess down here, because we want to go with a lower temperature here. I want to start at 350 for now. I just want to see how it works, if it will stop exactly at where it should be. Forgive all the beeping. All right, and we're going to hit set there. Let's say we want to keep our machine at, let's say, let's do 40 seconds. I'm going to bring that over to 40, and we hit set. And now the machine will continue to raise until we get to our temperature. Here was a little bit higher, and we're going to 350. So we got to wait a little longer for that to increase. So once this got to the temperature that I needed, it just beeped. And now we having some clicking sounds here. So both plates, guys, these are different sizes. If you notice, this one is a lot larger than this one. So I guess depends on the size of the hat you're working with. You can interchange those two pieces. And the way that you will do that is by just removing these screws from the sides here. This one is a lot harder than the other one. Oh. Okay, I will recommend doing this before you turn on your machine to make sure that your plates are not hot. And if you go like this or something while you're working with this, you do not have the risk of burning yourself. So I am going to just remove them just so I can show you how to exchange them or to change them as you go along. So it's just a quick lift, and you can just go ahead and position the other one. Make sure that they're both on each side. You might have to pull a little bit on the side and then it's gonna snap in place. Make sure that there are two holes on the pieces line up, and you just go ahead and reposition your two pieces right on here. All right, so the size of the hats I'll be using. So these like screw in different directions. So you can do both at the same time. All right, so once you do that, you can, as I said, exchange and depending on the size of the hats that you're working with. Here is one of the hats that I'll be using. All right, and for this one, I'm going to use the orange one because, you know, guys, I want to make sure to, if I mess up, I mess up the, you know, the least one that people will be buying because I might be putting these for sale. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drape our hat onto our piece as you see there. Try to line it up exactly or where you want that um, decal to fall. You want to make sure that there's no wrinkles. You want to pull on your fabric taut. You want this to be as straight as possible. And that is where this little lever, let me just show you here. This lever that we have here comes to place. So we're going to put it right here and we're going to go ahead and loop our lever, loop the hat onto the lever. So that way when your lever comes down, it is pulling on that hat and it's making it taut. All right, so here you can still see some wrinkles. You can always go ahead and try to pull on the sides and try to do this as straight as possible. Okay, once you have it straight, then you will position your decal. For this one, I want to try this decal that I got from Dollar Tree. It just says Adventure at Weights. And these decals will tell you pretty much, you know, how long you want to keep them for and everything. So based on your packaging of the material that you're using, you will be setting your settings on your machine. All right. I feel like I want to use the purple with this. I don't know. What do you think? I'll use the purple hat instead with this design. We do have, though, a couple other transfers we'll be using. I had gotten the hat, the heart right here for this. This was my thought for this one. So let's keep it the same way it is. I just thought that this will also look beautiful with this purple as well. Let me know in the comment section. Will you use that purple hat or will you use the Adventure Awaits decal for the purple hat? But to do our first try with the machine, we are going to go with the orange one. So I may just use our diamond here for this hat just because I just want to try it and I want to make sure that I do not ruin my hats that I really, really want to come out really cute. So we are going to start with that. But for these iron-on, these are fabrics, so it's a little bit different. For these transfers, we will need so it's gonna be same thing. We're gonna use the glossy glitter side up, transfer side down onto the fabric. Okay. And now I'm going to position my diamond right here at the center of my hat. We're gonna iron over the top of the transfer sheet for 45 to 60 seconds. Do not keep moving the iron. We'll suppression firmly, ensuring that all the transfer surface will be ironed and transferred. All right, so we are going to hold it, make sure that it's in place, make sure that our diamond is centered, and I'm using that line that the hat has right here as a landmark, so I know exactly that it's in the middle of the hat. And here comes the moment of truth, guys. We're going to hit enter. And they're supposed to bring it down, and it's going to hold it there in place. And the timer is starting to count down. We are down to 17 seconds. I want to do it for a small amount of time for now. We can always do it again if we need to, but I want to make sure that the timing is right, because here the instructions on the times is 45 seconds to 60 seconds when you're using an iron. Here we're using an professional grade press. So let's see what it's looking like so far. I should be using my gloves to protect myself. And it seems like this has done such a great job with this so far, guys. I don't see any lifting on the edges. And our diamond is not burnt. Our fabric all around it looks pretty good as well. So far, so good. We are going to go ahead and remove this. We're going to lift our lever, pulling our lever down. And we're going to wiggle the hat out of that place. And let's take a look at it and see what it's looking like. And oh my goodness, so far we got A+. This came out really cute. Really cute. I like it. I like it. I think I will be wearing it, even though it is like a very orange. But I like the contrast between the two colors right there. It came out really cute. So now I'm feeling pretty confident to try our press with other types of material. So far, so good. All you see is just the impression of where that was. But as far as the fabric changing colors or anything like that, nope. This is looking amazing. Now we're going to try with our purple hat. For the purple hat, we're going to go ahead and use the same setting. This has a cardboard in the end. I'm going to remove the cardboard out of the hat. Put it to the side for now. We are going to go ahead and secure a hat using a lever again. The lever we're going to hook in the inside of the hat. Okay. We're going to position our hat in place onto the pad right here. And the best way to do that is to just line up your hat with the edge of the pad, and then also take a look at if you're lucky enough to have one of these hats that have this stitching in the middle. It's a great landmark, so you see exactly where the center of your hat is. And I'm just wiggling everything, making sure that the hat is matching on both sides to make sure that my decal will be centered. And once I'm happy with that, this is drop down, holding it in place. And for this one, I want to use the, what do you think, guys? What should I try here? Should I try this Adventure Awaits? I'm just curious though on where exactly will those horns meet. So I think this decal is a little bit too big for this hat. So we are going to put that one to the side for maybe a different project. For this one, we're going to use our heart. Now we're going to position our heart right here in the center. Again, using that stitching as our landmark. And I'm making sure that it's centered on here. Also the tip of the heart right here, making sure that it's centered, and the middle of the heart right here as well. You know, this is one that I really want to have available and come out really nicely. So once we are happy with that, then we're gonna go ahead and place it down. I want to make sure that when this comes down that it does not shift. So, okay, we are 45 seconds. Same setting as the previous hat. We are going to go ahead and hit the enter button. And that's going to bring the machine down. And it's going to hold it in place until that decal, or that countdown, I should say, is over. And I have to say, guys, so far I am loving this machine. I love how easy it is. You pretty much turn it on. You set your timers and your temperatures of what you need. You make sure that your material is nice and straight. And ta-da, and there you go. Look, everything stayed in place. The decal did not shift as the machine came down. So guys, A plus, A plus. So I will definitely recommend this machine if you are a DIYer that loves to do personalized gifts, or if you do have a business as well, because this will really cut down in your time of creating hats and things for your business, because it literally took 45 seconds to do this. Well, of course, minus the time that it will take you to create a decal if you do that, but that is something completely different. For here, look how beautiful this hat turned out. And this is just using the simple decals from Dollar Tree to personalize our hats. So this is using the fabric iron-on transfers from Dollar Tree. I want to try next using this gem one from Dollar Tree. See how that works with the hats as well. We have this piece right here. We said we're going to heat that up for 30 seconds. So press and hold iron over the design for 30 seconds and then let cool. So we are 45. Let's hit our set button, hit it again. That's going to take us to the seconds. And now we're going to go down in our timer to 30 seconds. So for this material, our temperature went down 10 degrees and our time went down 15 degrees. Now that we have that there, we're going to go ahead and hit set. Our machine is telling us that it's ready. So we're going to go ahead and hit that enter button. 30 seconds. There we go. Okay. 30 seconds. And we are praying because this material was a little bit more sticky than the other. So I am hoping that it does not melt and it does not leave any residue around the word. And I want this to be nice and clean. So this one was a little bit less temperature and less time. So hopefully that should have us in the safe side, okay? But it also wants us to do this inside out as well, to iron it again. All right, so far, so good. You see how it came out? Oh my goodness. This is going to be the tricky time. It wants us to have it sit for 10 seconds to cool down, okay? So I'm going to let it sit to cool down. So far, it's looking good. I should be using my gloves for this because it is rhinestones and they can truly get hot, and that plastic is right there as well. And it is easy for that plastic to have melted and for it to stick to my finger and burn me. So we're going to let that cool. This came out so nice and flat, no wrinkles, no nothing. I am loving this machine, guys. So I will be linking the link to this machine on my description box below. And also there is a 30% discount that you will receive by using the discount code LOLIDs30. So that will be also in my description box below. Just use the link as well. However, I do need to tell you that this is a promotion in which once you purchase, I will be getting a small commission. So I want to make sure that you are aware of that. That does not change the price for you. And if you use that code, you will get 30% off the regular price as well. So go ahead and use that link and use your discount code at checkout. All right, now that it's cool, we're gonna go ahead and flip this cap inside out and being very careful not to take off that. Even though it wasn't coming off, guys, it was there pretty well, but I was just being extra careful. Now we're gonna position it as you see there, clamping it the same way that we did it before, lining it up like we did before as well. And once I make sure that everything is nice and straight, we're gonna go ahead and bring this down to, is it 20 seconds at 300. It's supposed to be 300. We did 304. It's fine. You're going to go ahead and drop that down and let it sit. Once it's done, it pops right up, and we're going to let it sit and cool at this point as well. I'm going to remove it from there, and I'm looking to see if there's any lifting or anything on here. And no, it is perfect. I'm going to set it aside and let it cool. Now I'm going to use this hat. This is the color of my channel. This is the color of my business. And we're going to create this decal that has my logo on it. I created this using my Cricut with some iron-on vinyl. I made sure that it was positioned right at the center of my cap, and then just pressed it down and position it onto the press. The specifications for this one was to do it for 30 seconds at 330 degrees. I tried that. It did not work and nothing attached. So I removed this decal and I decided to go for a bigger piece. I was thinking maybe it was the size of the vinyl, so I created a bigger decal. I'm going to position it over the other one. And for this one, I said, you know what? I am not doing any taping. I did not have any of the transfer taping. It's like a special tape that you can use for this machine. I did not have any one at hand, so I'm taking some parchment paper and some painter's tape and pressing it down that way, making sure that everything is straight. And this time I did the machine at 400 degrees for 60 seconds. And this did the trick. Once it was done, I left it in the machine to cool. And now is the moment of truth. We're gonna go ahead and remove all of the taping and everything that we did. I'm going to lift this up. Oh, by the way, I came back in and removed that. Oh no, I guess we still have some of it that did not completely attach. I don't know, I had a little bit of trouble with the vinyl with this one. If you guys know what will help, maybe I'm doing something wrong, please let me know in the comment section below, because I tried so many different settings before I got to this with this machine. And I'm still having some lifting with this. You see this flower right here? This end is lifting. Everything else came down pretty well. The S and this is lifting. So I'm not sure. I did it with the plastic by itself, leaving it at 45 seconds. And at a 330, I brought it up also to 350 and did 45 seconds. That didn't help. It wasn't until I went up to 400 degrees and removed the other plastic that I started seeing a difference. And then after a while, I'm like, you know what, maybe the 2 layers of the plastic and the parchment paper is kind of keeping some of the heat from getting to the actual vinyl and activating the glue. But no, that didn't work completely either. It did mostly, I have to say, but I do see some lifting in some areas. So I don't know. I will have to play with it a little bit more with the vinyl. I am not completely happy with this portion here, lifting like this. I'm going to give it another round and see what happens. I'll let you know in a second. So I am sitting here wondering if the problem may be the curvature on this side. But if you notice here, everything on this side is fine. It's when you come to this section right here is when things are lifting. So I'm going to try shifting my cap to have that area be more centered, to see like if this middle portion here might be the best, you know, pressure section, because the only thing that I would say about the machine is that we don't have any control over the pressure unless I am miss something in the directions. And if I did, I will let you know in a future video. But I think I read the directions pretty truly when I did this. But just to be safe, I'm going to try to bring this section more to the middle and repress it for the 60 seconds at 400 and see if that does the trick. Let's keep that S and that flower there, right there at the center. I'm going to reposition this. The machine is at 315 now and rising. I'm going to reposition this also to protect the vinyl from burning. The piece of plastic that this came with, the transfer came with, I have no idea where it ended up at. I took it off because it just was not working. Everything was sticking to it all over again. So I figured the parchment paper, at least nothing will stick to it. It will stay down. I figured we had a better chance of it staying down. So the machine is at 342 now. I'm just going to go ahead and wait for it to get to 400 and press it for 60 seconds. All right, now that it's nice and cool, we are going to try this again. Hoping and praying that nothing lifts. It's still lifting a bit. All right, this part, the S's, yeah, it attached a bit better. Oh no. All right. Okay. We have like a little hologram going on from the previous sticker that we did before, but I don't mind it. So this is what we ended up with so far. Let me know in the comment section what you think about these hats, and if you would like to recreate them. Oh, I guess the C didn't stick all the way either. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. I guess I tried it with the vinyl, and I'm not sure that is the vinyl because I created another piece using the same vinyl, and I used instead my regular press to do that because it was an apron. To put down those two letters, I ended up having to put my paper on it and then take my regular press and then concentrate on those letters, and that pretty much made those two last pieces right here, the C and the S, go down. When I did try the machine, this portion right here where the letters, not letters, I'm sorry, the leaves are, that portion did come down completely, but we were still having issues with this one and this one. And I just, like I said earlier, I just added a little bit of my parchment paper over it, took the corner of my heat press in the maximum setting, and just went over it on there. I did position it on top of here into the machine like this, just so I had a flat surface to work with and not burn my fingers. But if you do have little edges like that, you can just finish it off. If you have one at your press, you can go ahead and do that. That way you can concentrate and apply more pressure to those areas. But everything else turned out all right. So far I am pretty with it. This was a lovely oops, but I like it, but it kind of looks like it's a shadow effect on the logo. So I'm not mad about that. And here is my last cap. I hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know in the comment section which one of today's caps is your favorite, and let me know if you will invest in a machine like this.
My friend, as always, thank you so much for watching. Be blessed, be a blessing, and craft responsibly. And if you enjoyed today's content, here is some more videos you are sure to enjoy. Thank you again so much for watching. You're amazing. Bye.